Dear students, this session discusses some important questions from the examination point of view. We have taken questions from NCERT main course book which can be asked in the CBSE 2021. We hope that you will find this session productive. Please like, share and subscribe M&C Education. Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss some very important questions of NCERT book chapter 1 Relations and Functions. Let us start with the first question, which is show that the relation R in the set R of real numbers defined as R is equal to AB ordered pair such that A is less than equal to B square is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. That means all the three components of an equivalence relation is absent from this relation. Let us see how we can show it is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. To begin with, let us start with reflexive. How we can show it reflexive. It is non-reflexive, but we will write here reflexive and we will check whether it is reflexive or not. For reflexive, we know what should be there. AA must be belonging to R. Here let us suppose an ordered pair AA which is belonging to R. This implies A is less than equal to A square. Now we will see whether this is true for all real values, as the relation is defined on the set of real numbers. So we will see whether it is A less than equal to A square for all real values or not. We see it that it is not possible for all real numbers. As for example, we will write here which is not possible for all real numbers as for A is equal to 1 by 2, what we see? A square is equal to 1 by 4. Now we will check whether 1 by 2 is less than or equal to 1 by 4 or not. We check it and we find here that A is equal to 1 by 2, A square is 1 by 4. That is A is not less than equal to A square. So R is not reflexive. Now we will move to another. It is symmetric. Now for symmetric, what we need to prove? We need to prove that if a pair AB is belonging to the relation, then BA must be belonging to it. Now we will check whether it is there or not. Let AB belonging to R. This implies BA. This implies A is less than equal to B square. But it does not mean. But it does not mean that B is less than equal to A square. As for example, we will take if we take A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 2, then A is less than equal to B square, since 1 is less than equal to 2 square, but B is not less than equal to B is not less than or equal to A square, as 2 is not less than equal to 1 square. So it is not symmetric. Now we will move to the third, which is transitive. We will check whether it is transitive or not. To see whether it is transitive or not, what we need to do, let AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. This implies A is less than equal to B square and B is less than equal to C square. But does it mean that A is less than equal to C square? To disprove this, we need to take example, but it does not mean that A is less than equal to C square. As for A is equal to 22, B is equal to 5 and C is equal to 3, we have A is less than equal to B square, since 22 is less than equal to 5 square. B is less than equal to C square, as 5 is less than equal to 3 square, but 22 is not less than equal to 3 square. So R is not transitive, as AC does not belong to R. So we have shown here that therefore R is not reflexive, not symmetric, and not transitive. Let us take another question. The second question for today is, check whether the relation R in R defined by R is equal to ordered pair AB, A is less than equal to B cube, is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. It is a bit more important question than the previous one, as here they have not opened whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. As in that in the previous question we had to show that it was not reflexive, not symmetric and not transitive, but here we need to check. Checking is somehow little bit difficult than to show anything directly, prove or disprove. Proving, disproving has no matter, but checking is somehow we need to work over it, but we don't have any problem. Let us begin with reflexive. Now for reflexive, what we need to see here, we need to see that AA belonging to R or not. Let AA belongs to R. This implies what? This implies A is less than equal to A cube. Now what does this mean? Is it true or not? Now we will see, as in the previous case we had what? A is equal to 1 by 2. We will take the same example to check here. It is not true, which is not always true. As for a is equal to 1 by 2, a cube is equal to 1 by 8. Now we all know 1 by 2 is not less than equal to 1 by 8. Since 1 by 2 is not less than equal to 1 by 8, so a comma a does not belong to R for all a belonging to the set of real number R. So it is not reflexive. Now we will see the second aspect, that is symmetric. For symmetric we will need to show if A, B is belonging to R, then B, A should be belonging to R. And if it is not valid there, that means it is not symmetric. Now to disprove, actually it is not symmetric, but we will need to disprove it. So we take let 1, 2 belongs to R. This means what? 1 is less than equal to 2 cube. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Which is true. Now we need to check whether 2, 1 is also belonging to R. So, but we can write here, but 2 is not less than equal to 1 cube. This implies what? 2, 1 does not belong to R. Therefore, R is not symmetric. R is not symmetric. Now we will move to the third aspect of it is transitive. Now how will we check, or we will show whether it is transitive or not. To show transitive, we need to take two pairs. Now if we start with the counter example, let us take two examples as let 27, 5 belongs to R. It is actually, as implies 27 is less than equal to 5 cube, and 5 cube is 125. So it is true, which is true. Now 27 is less than equal to 5 cube, and for the second pair we take 5, 2 belonging to R. 5, 2 belongs to R. This means 5 is less than equal to 2 cube, which is again true, which is true again. Now we need to check whether 27 is less than equal to 2 cube. No. So we will write here, but 27 is not less than equal to 2 cube. This implies 27, 2 does not belong to R. So R is not transitive. R is not transitive. R is not transitive. That means we have checked all the three aspects. It is not reflexive, not symmetric, and not transitive. As a final concluding statement, we will write here, therefore R is not reflexive, neither symmetric nor transitive. Let us take third question for today. It is, show that each of the relation are in the set A A is a set of integers from 0 to 12 given by, we have two relations defined over it. First one is R A B, A minus B is a multiple of 4, and another is R A B such that A is equal to B. These two are equivalence relations. We need to show equivalence relations. We need to show. Now we know what equivalence relations means. Let us take the first part. Here R is defined as ordered pair AB such that A minus B is a multiple of 4. Now we will see first aspect, that is reflexive. For this relation to be reflexive, what should be there? We will take AA. Let AA belongs to R. This implies mod of A minus A is a multiple of 4, is a multiple of 4, which is true. Why it is true? As 0 is a multiple of 4. Actually 0 is a multiple of any number, so it will be a multiple of 4 as well. That means AA is belonging to R for all A belonging to the set A, capital A. Here it is capital A. So therefore AA belongs to R for all A belonging to the set A. This implies R is reflexive. R is reflexive. Now we will see the second aspect. Second aspect is symmetric. To show it symmetric, what we need to show? To show it symmetric, we need to show that AB belonging to R. If AB is belonging to R, then BA is also belonging to R. And it is the case here because of AB. Let AB belongs to R. This implies mod of A minus B is a multiple of 4. Is a multiple of 4. This implies B minus A is also a multiple of 4. Also a multiple of 4. This implies B comma A is belonging to R. So we have shown that for each pair AB belonging to R, we have BA, the pair BA is also belonging to R. This implies AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R. This implies R is symmetric. Now we have transitive. To show it transitive, what we need to show here, let AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. We need to deal here with two pairs there. This implies mod of A minus B is a multiple of 4, is a multiple of 4, and B minus C is a multiple of 4, is a multiple of 4. Now if we add these two, that means A minus B plus B minus C. If we add these two, is a multiple of 4 because if we add two multiples of 4, it will give us a multiple of 4. Now these two b will cancel and we will have a minus c is a multiple of 4. Multiple of 4. So it means AC is belonging to R for all AB and BC belonging to R. Therefore, R is transitive. Now, we take the second part. Second part is R is equal to ordered pair AB such that A is equal to B. Now to find out whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive, first of all we see in the first part, since it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, therefore it is an equivalence relation. That means R is an equivalence relation. Now reflexive, for reflexive what we need to take? For reflexive, let AA belongs to R. If AA belongs to R, this implies A is equal to A, which is always true. So R is reflexive. Now we take symmetric. For symmetric, what we need to show here, let AB belongs to R. This implies A is equal to B. This implies B is equal to A. This implies B comma A belongs to R. So we have for each pair AB belonging to R, BA is also belonging to R. This implies R is symmetric. Now to show it transitive, what we need to show it transitive, what we need to do, we take two pairs, let AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. This implies A is equal to B and B is equal to C. This implies A is equal to C. That means AC belongs to R, and as a result R is transitive. So R is an equivalence relation. So R is an equivalence relation. As fourth question for today, we are considering the question, let L be the set of all lines in XY plane and R be the relation in L defined as R is equal to L1, L2 ordered pair such that L1 is parallel to L2. We need to show that R is an equivalence relation. Find the set of all lines related to the line Y is equal to 2x plus 4. We have some additional things which we need to find, but first of all we need to show it an equivalence relation. We will proceed in the same manner which we had followed for the last three questions we have discussed today. So we will start from reflexive. Now to show a relation reflexive, what we need to show, or we need to take L1 L1 belonging to the set L. This means belonging to the set L. This means what? L1 is parallel to L1. Is it true? It is true, because any line is parallel to itself. Which is true? Which is true, as any line is parallel to itself. Any line is parallel to itself. So R is reflexive. To show it transitive, we need to show it symmetric. Now we will show it symmetric. To show it symmetric, we will suppose let L1 comma L2 belongs to R, the set of real number. Here it will be set of real numbers. Set of not real number, it is relation. And here again we take an ordered pair L1 L2 belonging to the relation, and according to the definition of relation we will have L1 parallel to L2. This does mean that L2 is parallel to L1. This means L2 comma L1 is also belonging to R. So for each pair L1 L2 belonging to R, we have L2 L1 as a pair which is belonging to the set of the relation R, and so it is symmetric. So R is symmetric. So R is symmetric. Now we will show it transitive. To show it transitive, what we need to show? We need to take two pairs. Let L1 comma L2 belongs to the relation R. Again L2 comma L3 belongs to the relation R. This implies L1 is parallel to L2 and L2 is parallel to L3. This implies L1 is parallel to L3. As we can see, any line which is parallel to L2 and that second line is parallel to the third line. So first line will be definitely be parallel to the third line. That means this implies L1 comma L3 belongs to the relation, and so it is transitive. It is transitive. Now this relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Therefore, so it is an equivalence relation also. Equivalence relation. Now we have in the question, we need to write the set of all lines related to the line y is equal to 2x plus 4. Now we will need to see how the relation is defined. The relation is defined on the basis of parallelity of two lines. Now any line which will be parallel to, any line parallel to y is equal to 2x plus 4 will be related to the line. So the set of all lines, so the set of all lines having slope 2 will be related to the given line. Related to the given line. The fifth question for today is, show that f n to n given by fx is equal to x plus 1 if x is odd, x minus 1 if x is even, is both 1 1 and onto. We need to show that it is 1 1 and onto. Now it is a big question because we need to consider 4 cases here. First case is we take x1 as odd and x2 as even and try to find whether it is 1 1 and onto. For that again we will reverse them to check whether it is still giving us 1 1 and onto. Again when we will take both odd or both even, then we will check all the conditions. So let us begin with, let x1 is odd and x2 is even. Therefore fx1 is equal to fx2 implies what? x1 is odd here, right? So x1 is odd here, so it will be fx1 will be equal to x1 plus 1 and x2 is even here, so it is x2 minus 1 according to the definition. You see here it is for even, x minus 1, so x2 minus 1 will be there and x1 plus 1 will be there. Now the thing is, x1 is equal to x2 minus 2 there, or if we see it otherwise, it is x1 minus x2 is equal to minus 2 or an even number. Now the question is it possible that we have difference of an odd number and an even number equal to 2? No, it is never possible because it will always be an odd number, because the difference between an odd number and even number will always be an odd number. So it is not possible. Which is not possible, we will write here. Which is not possible. So the case is discarded. So the case is discarded. Now we will move to the other one. We can directly write it like similarly. The case when x1 is even and x2 is odd is also discarded. Is also discarded, as the similar situation will arise from that. Now we will see for when we have x1 and x2 both odd. In this case what will happen? x1 fx1 equal to fx2 will give us fx1 equal to fx2. Now for odd we have x1 plus 1 equal to x2 plus 1. 1 will cancel from each other, from each sides, and it will be x1 is equal to x2, and it is so it is x1 is equal to x2. It is true. Now to show it onto, what we need to prove? Let y is equal to x plus 1. This implies x is equal to y minus 1. Now we will see whether for each odd x, when we add 1 to it, we get what? Even. So y is even because we have supposed x1 and x2 as odd, or in fact we have supposed x as odd in this case. So when we add 1 to it, it gives us an even number. So y is an even number. Now when we subtract 1 from an even number, we get odd number. So it is odd number for all y belonging to even number. Again, we will take x1 and x2 both even. Now fx1 is equal to fx2 will mean x1 minus 1 is equal to x2 minus 1. This implies x1 is equal to x2. As a result, what is it? It is 1 1. Here it is 1 1. So we can write here this implies fx is 1 1 when x is odd, and it is fx is, this implies fx is 1 1 when x is even. Now we will see y is equal to x minus 1. This implies x is equal to y plus 1. Now the similar situation is there. Since we have taken x an even number, we subtract 1 from it to obtain an odd number. So y is an odd number. Now when we add 1 to it, we get even number. So it is even for all y belonging to odd. That means you see, for here it is even, here it is odd. That means the whole of real number, natural numbers, whole of natural numbers comes there, and it is odd, it is even. So again, whole of natural numbers are being covered there. That means therefore for all n we have pre-image of f in n. This implies f is onto, and we have already shown here fx is 1 1 when it is odd and fx is 1 1 when it is even. That means for whole natural number it is 1 1 also. Therefore f is 1 1 and onto 1 1 and onto.